You can now subscribe for direct access to all our shows online at youtube.com/uprising with Sonali. Your subscription sustains the TV production of Uprising. A federal judge named Andrew Hanen in Brownsville, Texas, has single-handedly quashed the hopes, at least temporarily, of millions of undocumented immigrants who were hoping for deportation relief as a result of President Obama's executive action. The program, called Deferred Action for Parents of Americans and Lawful Permanent Residents, or DAPA, was just hours away from being accepting its first applications when Hanen put a hold on the program so that a group of 25 states could sue the White House over the policy. The move is happening in tandem with Republican efforts to use the legislative process to undermine DAPA through holding hostage the annual funding for the Department of Homeland Security. Also in Texas in recent days, there was a major riot at a detention center in Raymondville by nearly 3,000 undocumented prisoners. The inmates were being held in a privately run prison that has come under fire from civil rights groups in the past. Using pipes to tear down structures, they protested, among other things, a lack of medical care. My guests are Salvador Sarmiento, Director of Legislative Affairs at the National Day Labor Organizing Network, and Takei, a staff attorney with the ACLU's National Prison Project, co-author of Warehoused and Forgotten: Immigrants Trapped in Our Shadow Prison System. Welcome to Uprising, Salvador and Carl.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Well, Salvador, let's start with you. First of all, the efforts to block DAPA legislatively are pretty much a blow to about 4 to 5 million undocumented immigrants, parents of citizens or permanent residents. How is this judge justifying halting this program?
Sure. We think that the decision by the Texas judge, the initial ruling by the Texas judge, is an example of judicial vigilantism. And there's actually a lot more politics behind his ruling than there is law. The decision is actually quite narrow, and it really seems as he was grasping at law on which to try to base his decision. So the actual decision, there's a lot of rhetoric, a lot of anti-immigrant rhetoric in it. It's a long decision, over 100 pages. But the actual decision is quite narrow. First, he rules initially that the way that the program was rolled out didn't comply with the Administrative Procedures Act. So he doesn't actually rule that the new program, DAPA, or the extension of DACA, are unconstitutional. He really specifically just says that the way that it was rolled out was not in compliance with administrative procedures that would have been required. And then the second thing that makes it quite narrow is that it really just focuses on the specific DAPA and extension of DACA. It doesn't include many other adjustments that took place on November 20th of last year, and it doesn't really affect a whole menu of authorities and options that the president still has to provide relief to immigrants in the U.S.